Tapos nagtiwala kami sila ng Dimas, no?
Uban.
Yung mga friends ko, kaya nag-post sila sa US Good. Para sa maglani.
Okay.
Pwede siya order na din. Pwede, mata ng di ay.
Yes. Hi guys, good day. This is Doc Lee once again, and this afternoon I will be talking about how to deal with depression and anxiety. But first and foremost, let us define terms because sometimes we interchange these two disturbances. I call this disturbances. So it is necessary for us to be able to identify or to know what is the category of these disturbances that or the particular disturbance that we are experiencing. So first is anxiety. So what is anxiety? So anxiety is a common emotion when dealing with daily stresses and problems. But when these emotions are persistent, excessive, and irrational, and affects a person's ability to function, anxiety becomes a disorder. There are different types of anxiety disorders, like, for instance, phobias, when you're afraid of something, then panic, then stress disorders and obsessive compulsive behavior. So anxiety is normal. To be anxious is normal because we're experiencing different stress every day and problems. So it is normal to be emotional with certain something because it is normal, no? To be anxious, to experience this kind of emotional disturbance is normal because we are exposed to various stresses, problems, and even challenges in our lives. However, anxiety is a problem if this is persistent and excessive, and that it made us irrational and somehow, affects our ability to function normally. So, later on, when anxiety is not properly treated, it can develop into a disorder. So it is really necessary that anxiety is being, controlled. So what are the symptoms of experiencing anxiety? So first is apprehension, no? Then you're afraid, you are confused, or you are on the edge of something like you're feeling a sense of being helpless, a sense of helplessness, and repeated negative thoughts. So you keep on thinking about bad situations, You keep on, you're overthinking and overreacting about negativity. And then there is this muscle tension, muscle tensions, and then palpitations and difficulty breathing. So these are the ordinary symptoms that we are experiencing when a person is experiencing anxiety. So More problem ako with my sounds. May was confused. Yes, nakamute man dahil ko for so long. Sorry guys, nakamute ko. Yes. So, yes, nakamute ko. And yes, nakamute man dahil ko for so long. Sorry guys, nakamute ko. Okay, so every day we're exposed to various factors na naging cause ng anxiety natin. So it is really difficult to detach this the various situations na naging cause ng being anxious kasi it's normal. Okay, so we're exposed to different sources of daily stresses and problems. However, when this emotional disturbance became persistent, excessive, and irrational, and somehow affects a person's ability to function, anxiety becomes a disorder. So kung ang pagiging anxious ay isang normal, pero kung ito ay pabalik-balik, sumosobra na, at naging iritado na yung tao, and ang nagiging cause na siya ng ability to dysfunction. So this anxiety would become a disorder. So there are various types of anxiety disorders, my friends. So first is yung tinatawag na phobias, when you're afraid of something or someone. And phobias is such a big and wide, such a big and wide issue. And then panic, yung natatakot ka when you are exposed to something new, or even to certain people, situation, tapos natatakot ka. And yung isa is yung stress disorders natin, no? So if you feel na you are not okay and then you are not dealing with it properly. And lastly is yung tinatawag na obsessive compulsive disorder. Yung gusto natin, tapos gusto talaga natin gawin, yung hindi natin nakokontrol yung sarili natin. So those are simple symptoms of anxiety. So let's go now to the obvious symptoms of anxiety, because this topic actually is requested by a former student who is outside the country and experiencing this high level of anxiety. So sabi niya, sir, I miss your talk in our class about emotional disturbances. Can you can you do an episode wherein you will be talking about anxiety and depression? So as a good servant, so here I am. So let's go now to the obvious symptoms of anxiety. So first is apprehension. Yun bang simple things lang pero apprehensive ka? It's one simple symptom of anxiety. Then next is confusion. Yung you are not sure even simple decisions, yung confused ka. And next is yung on edge ka na and then you're feeling a sense of helplessness. Yung you're feeling that you're going to die or you're so afraid, helpless ka sa posibleng maging mangyari, wala kang laban. And the next is repeated negative thoughts. Yung pabalik-balik yung mga sa isipan mo yung mga pwedeng masamang mangyari or yung mga masamang nangyari sa buhay mo. And then next is muscle tensions. Yung abnormal beating ng heart mo, you're experiencing palpitations, and sometimes difficulty in breathing. Those are symptoms of anxiety. So, yes. Oh, well, may bisita kami. Yes. Okay, so ano ay may dalawang teachers akong bumisita. Kaya naka-mute tayo for a while. So going back, so yes, I am experiencing different level of anxiety. So it is a normal visitor for me. So hindi totoo yun na, sir, you look so relaxed, so kalmado. No, I just know how to put a mask, na? So a facade. But actually, I am that type of person na talagang regular visitor yung anxiety. So paano ko dinideal yung mga gano'ng situations? If I am anxious and tingin ko the anxiety level is too high. So I employed simple strategies, and I am not stating that, or I'm not claiming that these simple strategies would also be effective to you, but I would just share it to you. Okay, baka maging effective siya if you would try. So, unang-una talaga is I employed relaxation techniques. Ano ibig sabihin doon? I do things na mag maging cause na maging kalmado yung feeling ko, yung thoughts ko. No? So relaxation techniques like I go to my garden, I tend to my flowers, to my cacti and my sansevieria collection. Okay? So I arrange ko sila, I uproot ko sila. So I do dish gardening. No? Are you familiar with dish gardening? You're making a small garden composed of many plants, different species, tapos itatanim mo sila, and then you will be making a design. So, yun yung, it's very simple, pero nakapag-relax, maging, yes, it would contribute a lot to this relaxation ng isipan ko. And it would make me feel good. No? Nakakalimutan ko yung mga issues, yung mga problems, concerns ko sa trabaho, sa family. So, ganun. Or even, I do washing of my clothes. No? While while naglalaba ako, nagkukuskus ako, na hindi ko iniisip yung mga problema, nakakalimutan ko sila. Okay? I tend to my chicken kasi may chicken ako. Doon, inaalagaan ko sila. 'Di ba? Hindi mo maiwasan maiwasan mo yung mga problema because you are busy. Huh? Or if uwi ako sa bukid, if I'm going home to my hometown, then I would take a bath in the river together with my relatives and friends. Doon, I'll be jumping, no, sa cliff area ng ilog, na swimming, ganun, talking with my friends. So it would make me relax. And then second is regular exercise. So with this new normal na medyo limited yung opportunities natin na makapag-exercise, like in the gym kasi limited lang yung mga tao, and then you have to book pa. So it's really it is really a tedious and a complicated process, no? So ginagawa ko is I walk, no? Lakad lang ako ng lakad. But if my anxiety level is too high, then I would see to it na I would select a place na lalakaran ko na may mga tao. Baka kasi iba yung maiisip ko, or I would be thinking something bad. So, ganon. So, regular exercise would make your body healthy and would also um, make your heartbeat regular. So having a healthy mindset and healthy emotional state of well-being starts also with being healthy. So physically healthy. So you have to exercise and eat healthy. Yes. And then breathing exercise. Ganon. So you can search it in the net kung ano yung tamang breathing exercise mo kasi depende din yan sa situation ng system mo. So ako is yung deep breath, yun yung ginagawa ko. If I feel like parang nagsastumble, ano ba yan, yung parang nagtatambol na yung dibdib ko, then wow, this is not good already. So breathing exercise, my friends. So breathing exercise yung gagawin ko. And then yung pinaka-effective ko talagang strategy is ito, getting away with situations naging cause ng anxiety and nagiging cause ng stress disorders ko. But the question now is, if it is a job-related anxiety, paano mo makontrol yon? If you're exposed to that source of stress every day, yes, it's indeed an issue. But with practice and constant relearning, you would be able to control it. Like exposing yourself to the computers, to the monitor for so long, you realize that if you expose yourself to the monitor for so long, after that is mataas yung level ng anxiety mo. Okay, so you set a limit. Like after 20 minutes, you would relax. You go to the garden, look at the greeneries. Okay, so it's just a matter of how you engage yourself into various situations. Like kaming mga teachers, modules, checking of papers, diba? So, maging cause yun ng anxiety mo if tambak ka lang ng tambak and you are not doing the checking regularly, especially if deadlines. Now, so you set a plan. Like for instance, you're handling 5 sections, no, for one subject. So you would Monday, uh, 8:30 to 9:30. I will be checking section A, something like that. So you set a target, yung doable na target. Because if you force yourself to do something like overnight, you'll be checking papers. You'll be anxious. Ang ending dun, maging anxious ka. So it's a matter of creating a habit. It's a matter of creating or doing things regularly para maging habit mo na siya at hindi siya maging cause ng anxiety mo. Okay. So if doing the relaxation techniques, the regular exercise, the breathing exercise, the getting away with the cause of stresses and problems are not so effective with you, so that would be the time to, to avail or to ask for help. So psychotherapy. So psychotherapy is an intervention. It's not really a medical intervention because it can also be psychological, it can also be sociological, and even religious intervention. So psychotherapy is talking your problem away from you. That means you would be asking help from somebody or someone that is trained to lead you into a situation wherein nare-release at nare-align yung mga negative thoughts mo. Psychotherapy, sa psychotherapy kasi, hindi yung therapist yung magbibigay ng solution to your problem or to reduce your anxiety level, ikaw mismo, because you will be talking the problem, and the psychotherapist would make you realize what the problem is all about, and even lead you to a situation na uh, ikaw yung magbigay ng solution sa own problem mo. So psychotherapy, ano din yan eh, very wide kasi as what I mentioned, depende yan sa perspective. So if you would avail of the services of a psychologist, so trained siya on such way sa psychotherapy, so yun yung gagawin niya. But if the therapist is a religious person whose vocation or whose mission or um, is dealing with people with psycho-emotional problems, so he or she would be leading you to the religious perspective of getting away with your anxiety. So, ganun yon. Ha? So, even school teachers, guidance counselors have different attacks with regards to psychotherapy. But the same focus and the same goal, that is to what? To possibly eliminate or reduce medication. Kasi medication really is the last option when a person is experiencing high level of anxiety. Yung kung pwede na walang medications, then let's go for it. Yes, sir, have you experienced taking anti-anxiety medicines? Yes, there was an episode in my life, like I was 22 or 23 years old when I was experiencing very high level of anxiety. Yung I was experiencing this obsessive compulsive disorder and a sense of helplessness and even tensions and palpitations. It was hard for me to sleep because I was thinking na paggising ko, patay na ako. Something like that. I experienced that in my early stage ng career ko after the death of my mother and the eventual remarriage of my father. So I was hospitalized in Ramiro Hospital. And then I claimed to be insane already, but the doctor was really laughing. Yung sabi ng doktor, how could you be insane when you're capable of answering my questions of, kasi pag yung tao kasi is claiming to be insane, that person is still normal. Because insane people would never say that I am baliw or I am insane. Yun yung sabi ng doctor. But after 3 days of stay in the hospital, nung nakita ko yung billing ko, my God, bigla ako natauhan. Sabi ko, this is not healthy. paying for paying my doctors and the hospitals because of my anxiety is not healthy. Why? Because yung hard-earned money yon. I was like in my first year of teaching in the public school. Yeah, that was 2001 when I experienced it. Summer of 2002, yes, when I was hospitalized. Hospitalized. Yes, that's it. Okay? So, anxiety, high level of anxiety is something na hindi natin dapat ipagwalang bahala because it may lead to another form of psycho-emotional disturbance which is depression. Yung kanon, yung high level na siya ng psycho-emotional disturbance. Okay? So, every person, both isa sa atin, we have different life story. So there is no generic intervention with regards to there is no concrete or specific intervention to address anxiety because as what I told you, we have different source of stresses and problems. Yung iba, family, mga anak, asawa, kapatid, parents, iba naman work, job-related stress, financial stress, yung iba is yung too much idealism, okay? Ganon. Then I would also share to you a personal tip on how I deal my with my anxiety. Starting, yeah, starting I think 5 years ago na, 5 years ago. I get away with, di ba I told you that one of the best intervention is getting away with factors or situations na magiging cause ng anxiety mo. So ako I get away with bad news or something something bad na mababasa ko sa internet, sa newspaper, makikita at maririnig ko sa television and radio. So I get away with violence, with war, with something negative. Pero pag marinig ko na that there's a start of a report of something negative, talagang I get away. I turn off. In fact, there is no episode ng television show or ng vlog that talks about COVID na binasa ko or tiningnan ko or I watch. No, wala. Kasi I experienced it in the past. The more that I expose myself to violence, to too much negativity, napapasa sa akin. So, I evade situations in the social media and other platforms na magiging cause ng anxiety ko. So, unless ako yung because also I am also a psychotherapist. I'm also a psychotherapist. Unless there's a need for me to listen to a person having psycho emotional disturbances, then it would be the time for me to yes, yeah, sir, mga psychotherapists. Isn't it ironic ba? Di pa daw ironic na isa akong psychotherapist yet I experience a high level of anxiety. As what I told you, anxiety is normal. To be anxious is normal. Walang tao na walang hindi anxious kasi we're exposed to daily stresses and problems. But dealing with how you deal with anxiety, yun yung nagiging issue, nagiging problema. Okay? Yes. So medication is necessary. Yes. When can you say that there is a need for medication, synthetic medication? Yes, kung grabe na yung manifestation ng symptoms. Yung symptoms natin like apprehension, confusion, sense of helplessness, repeated negative thoughts, muscle tensions, palpitations, difficulty in breathing. In other words, if the person's ability to function is already affected, then medication is necessary, especially kung naging suicidal na yung tao, thinking about ending his or her life na. So, to control the muscle tensions na naging cause ng different levels na ng mga negative thoughts, palpitations, and difficulty breathing, papakalmahin muna yung tao using synthetic or even natural medications. Okay? But if mag-get away pa natin because we are still capable of doing things na magpapakalma sa atin, then huwag muna tayong mag-undergo ng medical interventions using taking medications, okay, or injections. Ganon. Na? So that is anxiety. So it is normal to experience anxiety, my dear friends. But it's not normal to continue to live a life full of phobias, full of panic, and yung every day there's a sense of helplessness, repeated negative thoughts, because you are corrupting many beautiful possibilities of enjoying new experiences, of meeting new friends, of extending your job, huh? For promotions, of learning new hobbies. Okay, so do not stay in a world that is full of negativity, full of darkness. So you have to ask for help if it's necessary for you to have somebody intervene your high level of anxiety. Seek treatment if it is necessary. Last consultancy ko was I think 2003. Yes, after that, 'di ba, I worked in a university, grabe yung academic competitions. Then I worked abroad. Then I went home, applied for a job, then I became a research teacher. Yes, those years, grabe yung anxiety ko. But I relearn how to deal with my anxiety because it's really very unfair on my part. I keep on thinking negative, I keep on dealing with negative thoughts of being helpless almost every day because I have this high level of anxiety. So to be sad is really our choice. To be sad is really our choice because we can get away with that feeling of helplessness. But to be sad is normal. But to be sad for so long or forever is not normal because you can intervene, you can ask for help. Okay? We are not living in a world of isolation. We can ask for help, be it our family members, our friends, or a trained personnel. So if you are comfortable talking to a religious person, then go for it. Okay? Ask for help. If you are comfortable talking to an old friend, go. If you are comfortable talking to a psychologist or to what a person who is having medical training about dealing with psycho-emotional and even mental disturbances, then go for it. Do not stay on that situation na pwede namang mabigyan ng solution. Okay, that is why if you are adult and still you are experiencing this high level of anxiety, there is something wrong with you. Okay, because you always have options. But daily stresses and problems are normal. But staying with a world that is gloomy and dark and violent is not normal. Enjoy the presence of your family, of your friends. Enjoy financial rewards. Enjoy socializing with your friends and new people in your life. Enjoy your life, in other words, and be happy. Okay? So if you have questions regarding our topic for today about anxiety, I still have to talk about depression, but I have, 9 more minutes and it's 1 o'clock already, and I would focus on my job. Hi, shout out to Darlene May Ugdok. Just, excuse the few minutes of my live stream because there was a technical problem. I was using a faulty um, yes headset, and I realized because it was also white. Yes, I may throw it away or have it repaired. If you have questions and clarifications, you just simply write it here on the live chat area here. Hi to Jared Lisa. Hi Judai. Thank you so much. Thank you for the patamsak. Hi to Demi Palaka. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you.
This ka mag-online mo.
Yes. Hi guys, I was out for a while because I was talking with a colleague, and yes, so sorry I don't have much time left because 1 o'clock is the official time for my job, and I have to focus on my job. That's how you maintain routine, and that's how you prioritize things. So I am on a live stream because it was my lunch break. So that's it. So I hope that you learned something about anxiety. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to talk about depression because we don't have time. So promise that I would be on live next time, and let's talk about depression. So yes, before I'll go, I have like 2 minutes left. So it is sad that the Philippines was devastated by you know, series of typhoons, and hundreds, if not thousands, of families, individuals are affected. So the best that we can do, because we cannot extend our help physically, the best thing that we can do is to pray. Let us pray to God, implore God's help, that eventually these people, our beloved Filipinos, kababayan, would survive these tragedies of their lives. Some lost loved ones, and even, source of income. But we Filipinos are known as strong people, resilient, as they say. So let's help together, support each other, and pray to our God Almighty that the last typhoon would be the last, because experts said that more are coming. Okay? So silently, we must offer prayers to our God, especially nowadays that we're still experiencing COVID-19, the impact of COVID-19. And also, let us pray for our teachers that they would be able to survive this very difficult modular modality that the public school system in the Philippines is implementing. It is it's really something that we must pray. We should include in our prayers our teachers. Ako, I am already a principal, but still, I feel the difficulty in the new normal. So let us continue to help each other and support each other. So promise that if it's not tomorrow, then Monday, I would be able to talk about depression, my personal stories with anxiety, and how I deal also with the depressions that I experience in my life. There were numerous stages in my life that I experienced depression, and perhaps that would be the time would be a perfect time for you to understand yourself, especially those who presently experiencing anxiety and depression. And what's really the difference between anxiety and depression? That is something that we will discuss next time. Okay? So thank you so much for joining me in this episode about anxiety and depression. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to talk about depression. And pasensya na if sometimes I would stop because I'm in the office and I would be entertaining visitors. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. God bless and advance Merry Christmas. Keep safe, everyone. Bye-bye.
Ilan ka viewers?
Kumaira. Three, Ra.
Ha?
Three.
Pero at least nasa kami.
Kang three viewers kay 1 hour kay 3 hours na siya. And then kanang kuan man na day